Geminis, to your Love Fairy Taroscope reading. I'm Dedhamcar, and you can reach me at dedhamcar23@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be using the Art Nouveau tarot cards right now. So, for your love, what's going on for Geminis? Oh, spirits, help me. I'm going to give a reading for Gemini for August 2016. What do you need to know? Spirit singing for Gemini 2016. Okay, so our hidden reading meaning for the reading is the Knight of Wands. There we go, and he's kind of a Lawrence of Arabia figure who is on the back of that horse. So, Knight of Wands overall, a traveler, an enterprising man who has enough courage to look for a new start. Okay, so you're going to have a whole new start. Wow. Taking on a new lifestyle entirely. Picking up house. Moving. Okay, and so your main question, your questioner is the Hermit, 9. Okay, so your question revolves around the energies of the Hermit. Wiseness, loneliness, and reservedness. Okay. You've had your wisdom through relationships, and now you are a little reserved. You're good with being alone almost. You're like, I don't know about the whole love thing, okay? Leave me alone. Alright, so the sad part about this is the King of Pentacles. And it's a king who's obviously after this young woman, and she wants none of it. And he says arrogance of cupidity and of greed. So people have been just dumb in love. There's been a lot of arrogance with love, and there's also been a lot of like extra entanglements with love and money at the same time, like too much so. And then in the happy part, we have the children, the 6 of chalices. And it's these 2 young girls, and so this is fond memories, like you had children out of the relationship, or you did get something out of it that you love and cherish that has been positive, like childhood memories or nostalgia, or that's who you were then, and it's nice to think about, but you're done with it. Okay, 6 chalices. Simple things, pleasant souvenirs. So that was cool. It was simple. It left you with like children after a marriage, or it left you with maybe a nice place to live, but nothing else. That kind of deal. So, but in itself, it was okay. It was just like, what? That's it? That's the great love affair. Okay. So what do we have? The 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords here is in the 4th spot. It is your challenge. You will have to accept to find the answer, and it is this woman, and she is just by a skull in the moonlight, passed out next to a table, with the candle still burning, and she's just not doing too great. She's certainly not in a bed like she should be, young lady. Alright, so 9 of Swords. Bewilderment and verification of well-grounded suspicion. Oh dear. So, strange times, strange days are ahead, my friends. As I'm sure Jim Morrison would say, if he gave tarot readings, he would probably say strange days are ahead, and that you have to go through these strange days or something that you're like not expecting at all. But it says a well-grounded suspicion, so you're probably already close, huh? So, but it says you've got to make that sudden discovery, or you've got to come to your own conclusion about this in a very dramatic way for things to shift. Okay, so what have we got with, we've got the 5 of chalices in the 5 spot. There's a 5 of chalices, and it's a woman whose chalice has broken, and she's kind of like, I didn't do it, you know, oh dear, that sucks. Alright, 5. A question that will have to be studied deeply in the future, and it's extreme fear leading to wrong actions. So, relax. Don't get overly afraid. Fear is, as many people will tell you, false evidence appearing real. So, it makes you more afraid, so you make more mistakes than it's actually worth feeling afraid. So, if at all possible, try to keep away from fear and rash decision making. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. There you go. And in this, the 6th spot, we have the burden to bring to find the answer. Discernment and prudence. So you have a choice. You can stay with what you're suspecting. You can keep living the way you've been living, or you can decide that you're going to make a total new decision and change everything and like go with the different type you never choose, or you know, move to a new place when you've been living in the same place for like 30 years or whatever it is. You're down for the change now. You've reached the end. 7, because I get that the same things keep happening in the scenario. Okay, in the 7 spot, a task to apply oneself to is the 3 of Wands, and 3 of Wands, certainly taking up action, but what the deck wants you to do at this point in time is experience achieved through the overcoming of adversities. So you just gotta live with it right now. Live with that adversarial situation, and really, it's not a waste. This time, or this person, or this whole experience has not been a waste for you, because it is part of your growth process, is what the deck says. I don't know if that makes it easier. Okay, so justice is there. You just gotta live through it. Justice is the 8th of the major arcana, and in the 8th spot, it is it gives a new point of view of this problem, and it is balance, fairness, and harmony. So, all things are fair. If you're worried about not being fair to this person, if you break up with them, or don't accept another excuse after you've accepted so many, or if you're wondering, you know, why do I always end up with somebody who's kind of a, you know, maybe not the best for me, a dud or something, and you would like to be with somebody who is your equal at this time, that will happen. It's all as it's being played out as it's meant to be played out. Okay, it's part of the plan is what it's saying. So the 5 of Pentacles is in your final spot, and this is in this deck, it is the solution to your question. is the Five of Pentacles. Concern, financial worries. Okay. Right. So what it is suggesting is that you are right now experiencing some sort of financial worries, and that you're suspecting some stuff, and that what do you need to do to get out of that. And what it suggests is that it's not your fault if you are experiencing financial worries, that justice makes everything right in its own good time, that we have the Knight of Wands, that the answer is either to move or to open up a new business where you can do business, a new place of business, or do something different, change stuff up, leave the person that is causing you, that has been deceitful, and try to go with a different type next time. But what I'm really getting is actually a movement of place, because this financial thing says to me that you're somewhere that you not only can't afford to live very easily, but you can't meet the people you're supposed to meet because you're trapped there trying to make things meet, and that the answer is most likely a change of residence. Okay, so I hope very much that this reading has helped you, Gemini. Change of residence, or a communication long distance, for example, any sort of new foreign influence, maybe even just taking 2 weeks and going someplace that you've never been before. That would clear your mind if it's not a full life transition. But what I'm getting is that you're considering moving for financial reasons, and that's part of your story, and that when you do that, you're going to meet a whole new caliber of people, I guess, who are not as money-driven. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so what clarifier do we have from Faerie for the sign of Gemini and the month of August 2016? We just have a clarifying card, please. Good energy, good energy. And we have prick up your ears, which is very appropriate for Geminis who are into communicating and listening for messages and things like that. And this one suggests prick up your ears. Such an attractive, beautiful little doe or rabbit person, whatever she is. She's just adorable. So sweet. Innocent. So, in the 48 spot, we have jumping to conclusions, listening with clarity, appropriate meaning. Look at this lovely woman of Faerie. She's literally all ears. It is very easy to listen without really hearing, to hear without really understanding. Often things are said that are perceived as hurtful or critical, when perhaps listening more carefully or in a different way would have informed you that wasn't the intention at all. Rabbits and hares have very sensitive hearing. They jump and start at any unfamiliar noise, running for safety before they see what made the noise in the first place. They literally jump to conclusions before getting the full picture. Now, in a rabbit's case, this is probably wise, since hanging around can often lead to a very short life. But as a human, it is important to take the time to really prick up our ears and listen to what is being said. And not only to what is being said, but what it actually means. You may be surprised at how often a meaning is quite different from what you first supposed. So, if you've gotten a secondary offer from someplace else, and you kind of put it off because you kind of jump to a conclusion of, no, that doesn't really sound like me, or no, I could never move away from here, or something like that. You might want to consider it. You might want to like just find out about it more. You know, you don't necessarily have to commit to anything by asking some questions or looking into it further. So I think that it would be a good idea to do that. So I hope you have had some help from this reading. It's been a pleasure to read for you. Satnam, Namaste, God bless. My name is Dhadamkar, and you can reach me at dhadamkar23@gmail.com. You can also find me on Patreon or PayPal. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful August, and I'll see you very soon. Subscribe to my channel, and then you'll get all the reports. Take care, and Namaste, Satnam.